Florida first.
Well, now it's time for this week's Ag Weather Watch. Chief Meteorologist Kenny Miller is going to break down and assess our overall ag situation here and across North Dakota. Take a look.
Ag Weather Watch on KX is sponsored by United Agronomy.
Spring wheat producers were able to make better harvest progress this past week due to drier conditions, although some areas are still dealing with intermittent rain and high humidity. Harvesting is now at 43% across the state, which is now a bit ahead of this past year and right on target for our 5-year average. Producers continue to report higher than average yields in most locations, and the crop harvested prior to the mid-August rain shows good overall quality. 77% of the crop is rated in good to excellent condition across the state. However, the recent late season and harvest time rains have caused some quality downgrades on portions of the crop, particularly in eastern growing regions. The full perspective on quality will not be known, though, until harvest is complete, as the areas of greatest rain and flood impact are essentially competing against the large portions of the crop that didn't see the heavy rain. Corn made better progress this past week as well. Doing is now up to 49%, and as you can see, that number is still well behind our 75% at this time last year. The good news, though, is that even though we are behind in terms of progression, we are well ahead in terms of the quality of the corn crop. 65% of the crop is rated in good to excellent condition, roughly a 10% bump from the past week. And the pattern trends much drier for the next week or so as well, which should allow for significant progress to be made even further. All in all, we are in good shape across the board as far as corn is concerned, when taking the forecast for next week into account. This next graphic shows the corn crop progress in comparison to each of the last 5 years. You can see right here the dip in our overall quality rating due to the heavy rain from mid-August, and then followed by the big bump that we've seen over the past week because of the dry conditions. Notice too how right now we're pretty much ahead of each of the last 5 years, comparatively speaking, in terms of the overall condition rating. We expect to remain well ahead when we get into next week as well, due to the expected dry forecast. Here's the potential rainfall for the next week, and as you can see, we're not going to be getting much rain at all. This goes through Thursday of this week, hardly any rain across the board here, so that's certainly good news for our spring wheat harvesting, while also allowing our corn crop to further dry down and make better progress, particularly in central and eastern locations. We look forward to providing you with updated numbers at the same time next week. For the KX Storm Team, I am Chief Meteorologist Kenny Miller.
All right, Kenny, thanks very much. We'll see you back here in a little bit. There's more to come here on KX News at 4, including